I sank into the couch as Emma walked in, her heels clicking softly on the hardwood. "You've been late 3 nights this week," I said, trying to keep my tone light. Emma smiled, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear. "I know, I'm sorry. Work's just hectic. Hectic again?" I raised an eyebrow. "You're never this tired." She laughed, a little too sharply. "Maybe I need a break. Want to come with me to that new restaurant tonight?" My treat, I hesitated. We had plans to go over the apartment designs. "Oh, I forgot," she said, glancing at her phone. "Don't worry, we can do it tomorrow. Tonight is just for us." I nodded, but unease prickled at my chest. "Us is fine, Emma, just don't disappear on me, okay?" She tilted her head, eyes sparkling. "I'd never disappear on you. You know that." Later, Jake called. "You sound off, man. Everything okay with Emma?" I rubbed my forehead. "She's distant lately. Late nights, secretive calls. I don't know, Jake. Maybe I'm overthinking." "Overthinking?" Jake scoffed. "You've known her for years. This isn't normal. Listen to your gut. I know, but..." I stopped, unsure what to say. I love her. I can't imagine doubting her. You can love someone and still notice when something's wrong. Don't ignore it, I sighed. "Yeah, I'll keep an eye. Just don't make me paranoid, Jake." "Paranoid?" He laughed. "Careful, I might send you a detective kit." I laughed too, but it felt hollow. Emma returned home later than she said, slipping in quietly. "Hey, you're still awake?" "I was waiting," I said. "Where were you?" She shrugged, dropping her bag. "I ran into some old friends. Dinner, drinks. Nothing serious. Friends? At this hour?" I leaned back, trying to keep my voice calm. "You didn't mention it." "I didn't want to bother you," she said. "You've been busy too." "I thought you'd be asleep." I frowned. "Emma, it's not about being asleep. It's about..." "I just wish you'd tell me." She reached for my hand. "I promise I will. Sometimes I forget. Can we not fight tonight?" "Okay," I said, though a tight knot of worry lingered. "No fighting, just honesty." "Honesty," she repeated, smiling. "Deal." The next day I caught a glimpse of her texting someone I didn't recognize. "Who's that?" I asked casually. "Oh, just a colleague," she said, looking up from her phone. "Nothing important." "Colleague? You seem close. We work on some projects together." "That's all," she said, eyes avoiding mine. I nodded, but doubt crept in. I wanted to trust her, but the seed of suspicion had been planted. That night, Jake met me at the bar. "So anything weird with Emma?" I rubbed my temples. "She's off. I can't explain it. Late nights, secret texts. I feel like I'm missing something." "Sounds like you are," Jake said bluntly. "Either she's hiding something or you're blind to it." "Which is it?" "Maybe a bit of both," I admitted. "I just don't want to see her differently. I love her, Jake, I really do." "Love doesn't mean ignoring red flags," he said. "Trust me, I've seen this before." "I know," I said, staring at my glass. I hope I'm wrong." When I returned home, Emma was waiting with a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. "I got you your favorite," she said, handing me a cup of coffee. I forced a smile. "Thanks, you didn't have to." "I wanted to," she said, settling next to me. "We're good, right?" "We're good," I said, but my mind raced. Something felt off. I wanted to trust her completely, but the distance was there, quiet and insistent. She leaned against me, soft and warm. "I love you," she whispered. "I love you too," I said, holding her hand, heart heavy with doubt I couldn't shake. Somewhere. I knew life was shifting beneath us, but I couldn't see the cracks yet. Not fully. I would have to wait. And hope I wasn't too late. Emma walked into the apartment holding her phone like it was a secret weapon. "Hey," I said, trying to sound casual. "You're home early. Or late." "I don't know," she laughed lightly. "Depends on perspective, I guess." "What are you smiling about?" I asked, narrowing my eyes. "Oh, nothing, just..." "Exciting news," she said, twirling a strand of hair. "News? What kind of news?" Emma hesitated. "I'm meeting someone tomorrow. A potential investor for a project I've been working on." "An investor?" I repeated slowly. "Tomorrow? And you didn't mention this until now?" "I didn't want to worry you," she said quickly. "It's just business." "I wouldn't worry," I said, trying to sound calm. I like knowing what's going on with you." "You always overthink," she teased, brushing past me to grab a drink. "I promise it's nothing serious." I frowned, watching her closely. "Nothing serious." Like last time when you stayed late with Lily. Emma's eyes flicked away. Jake, it's different. Lily is helping me organize things. That's all. I felt a twinge of doubt. Right, just organizing. She smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. Exactly. Now don't be worried. I'll be fine. The next morning I tried calling her. Straight to voicemail. 3 times. Emma, you're not answering, I muttered, pacing. What is going on? Jake's voice cut through my worry. Stop panicking. Maybe she's busy with the investor meeting. Calm down, man. Busy? This isn't normal, Jake. She's acting different. Secretive. I can feel it, I said, clenching my fists. Feelings aren't always facts, Jake said, but pay attention to them. Something's off. Don't ignore it. I can't ignore it, I muttered. I don't know what to do. That evening, Emma finally returned. She looked polished. Expensive perfume, perfectly styled hair. You look different, I said, heart sinking slightly. Different good, I hope? She asked, smiling. Good. I guess, I said, forcing a smile. Tell me about your meeting. She shrugged, sitting across from me. It went, well. Ethan is interesting. Very persuasive. The Ethan? I repeated. Who's he exactly? He's an investor. He liked my proposal. Could help me make it big. Big. How big? I asked, unease growing. And why didn't you tell me before? I didn't think it mattered until it was confirmed, she said, avoiding my gaze. I didn't want to make you anxious. I ran my hands through my hair. Emma, I'm not anxious. I want honesty. I am being honest, she said sharply. You're imagining things. I'm imagining things? I whispered, feeling a knot in my chest. Late nights, hidden messages, texts you hide when I walk in. I'm imagining all that? Emma's smile faltered. Jake is putting ideas in your head. You're letting him make you paranoid. No one is making me paranoid. I snapped, my voice shaking. I see what's happening. You're different. I can feel it, Emma sighed, standing. Fine, you can feel what you want. I'm just trying to do something for myself, for us. Someday. For us? I repeated. Emma, if this is about money, I need you to be honest. Don't sugarcoat it. She looked at me, her eyes unreadable. Do you think I'm shallow, Emma? I just want the truth, I said quietly. Is that so hard? She didn't answer. I could feel the tension thickening, a wall growing between us. Later, I found her phone unlocked on the counter. A message from Ethan. Looking forward to our next meeting. Your plan is impressive. I swallowed hard. My heart thumped. Impressive? His plan? Or hers? Emma walked in, catching me staring. What are you doing? Just thinking, I muttered, trying to sound casual. About your meeting. You're still worried? She asked, sitting beside me. You need to trust me. I do trust you, I said, though the words felt hollow. But trust doesn't mean ignoring things I see. I don't want to doubt you, Emma, but something's wrong. Maybe I'm allowed to grow, she said softly. To reach for more. I clenched my fists under the table. More at what cost? She looked away. We'll see, won't we? That night, Jake called again. So, how was it? I don't know, Jake, I said. She's smiling, but her eyes. Something is off. I can't shake it. I feel like I'm losing her to, I don't even know what. Trust yourself, Jake said. Pay attention to the cracks. They're always there if you look closely. I hung up, staring at the ceiling. Cracks everywhere, small at first, almost invisible. But I could feel them spreading, and I didn't know if I could fix what was breaking. Emma's footsteps echoed softly in the hallway. She kissed my cheek lightly. Good night, she whispered. Good night, I said, trying to mask the tension. Inside, my heart twisted. Something was shifting, and I wasn't ready to see how far it would go. I didn't expect to come home and see Emma's laptop open on the dining table. Emma? I called, my voice tight. She appeared from the bedroom, adjusting her blouse. Yes? Your laptop? Why is it open? I asked, stepping closer. Oh, I was just checking some emails, she said lightly. Nothing important. I froze when I saw an email draft addressed to Ethan. Can't wait to start our new life together. Everything will change soon. What is this? I whispered, my stomach twisting. Emma's eyes widened. I can explain. Explain? I repeated, my voice rising. Explain planning a future with him? With Ethan? It's not like that. she began. Not like that. Emma, it's right here. I grabbed the laptop. You're leaving me. For him. Her hands trembled slightly. I didn't mean for you to find out this way. Not mean. I trusted you, I yelled. Every word, every promise. A lie? I didn't lie, she said sharply. I have to think about my future. About what I deserve. What you deserve? I laughed bitterly. You mean money, status, power? Emma flinched. Don't make it sound so ugly. I deserve security, a life I've dreamed of. I thought we were building a life together, I said, my throat tight. I loved you, Emma. I still do. You loved me, she said, her voice softening. And I loved you. But love doesn't pay the bills. Love doesn't open doors like he can, I stumbled back. So I wasn't enough? Was I ever enough? You were enough for me, she said quietly. But not enough for the life I want. The words cut deeper than any knife. I felt a surge of humiliation. How could she choose a fortune over me? At that moment, Sophie, my colleague, entered holding some files. Is everything okay here? She asked cautiously, sensing the tension. Everything is fine, Emma said quickly, straightening her posture. I shook my head, feeling anger and heartbreak collide. Fine, Emma, we need to talk. Really talk. Now, Emma crossed her arms. There's nothing to talk about. You know how I feel. I stepped closer, fists clenched. I trusted you. I gave you everything, my heart, my dreams, my time. And you throw it away for him? You don't understand, she shouted, voice trembling. You can't see what's at stake here. I'm not doing this out of spite. Not spite? Then what? Ambition? Greed? I shouted back. You've been planning this behind my back all this time. Emma's eyes filled with tears. I didn't plan to hurt you. I love you. I can't ignore opportunity. I can't ignore what could give me the life I've worked for. And what about us? I asked, my voice breaking. Was that nothing? It was everything, she whispered. But sometimes everything isn't enough. I need more. I wanted to scream, to shake her until she realized the damage. More? More than love? More than loyalty? Yes, she cried, almost pleading. I want more and I can't settle. I can't! I felt my vision blur. And your father? Your precious Mr. Collins. Is he behind this? Encouraging you to leave me? Emma looked away. He's just realistic. He wants the best for me. He doesn't understand us. I laughed bitterly, anger rising. So I'm nothing? Just someone to leave behind while you chase fortune? You weren't nothing, she said, her voice cracking. You were everything but life. Life demands choices. I shook my head, my chest tight. I can't believe this. I can't believe you. Emma stepped forward, reaching for my hand. Please, don't hate me. I never wanted to hurt you. Hate you? I scoffed. I trusted you, Emma. I loved you like no one else. And you just... I stopped, unable to finish, choking on the pain. Sophie cleared her throat awkwardly. Maybe you both should calm down before this gets worse? I whirled toward her. Do you see it, Sophie? Do you see what she's done? Sophie looked uncomfortable. I see it, yes. But maybe... No! There's nothing to fix. I snapped, my voice echoing through the apartment. This is over. It's done. Emma's eyes widened, tears streaming freely now. Please, just talk to me one last time, please. I've been talking, I shouted. All I got were excuses. Ambition, money. That's what you choose over me? I didn't know how to tell you, she whispered. I thought you'd understand. Understand? I shook my head. There's nothing to understand. You made your choice. I guess I wasn't the future you wanted after all. She fell silent, shoulders trembling. I could see regret, fear, even sorrow in her eyes, but it was too late. I backed away, my chest heaving. I can't do this anymore, Emma, Emma whispered, almost inaudibly. I'm sorry. I know, I said quietly. I know you are. But sorry doesn't bring back what you stole from me. Sophie stayed silent, watching, her presence a small anchor in the chaos. I turned toward the door, dragging my feet. I loved you, Emma, but I can't anymore. Not after this. Emma collapsed onto the couch, silent and broken. I didn't look back. My world had shattered, and nothing she said could fix it now. I didn't answer my phone all morning. The texts piled up like tiny knives in my pocket. Jake? I finally muttered, my voice hoarse. Where the hell are you, man? His voice was sharp but concerned. I'm at home, I admitted. Just thinking. Thinking or hiding, he asked. You've been avoiding everyone for 2 days. I can't deal with it, I said. Everything is ruined. Emma, she left you for him, Jake interrupted. Yeah, I know. You've said it 100 times in your head. It's not that simple, I shouted, pacing. It's betrayal, Jake. My life, my heart. She's gone, Jake said firmly. And you're letting this destroy you. I can't help it, I muttered, slumping onto the couch. I trusted her completely. I thought we had everything. You still have yourself, Jake reminded me. Don't forget that, I scoffed. Myself? My heart feels shattered. How do I just move on? You start by facing reality, he said. Not by wallowing. You've got talent, man. You've got ambition. Don't waste it on her. I ran my hands over my face. It's not just talent. It's love, Jake. Everything I thought mattered. Sophie called next. Hey, are you okay? Define okay, I muttered. You sound off, she said softly. You need someone to talk to? I'm talking to myself, I replied bitterly. That counts, right? Maybe, she said cautiously. But isolating yourself won't help. You need perspective. I don't want perspective, I said. I want her back. Or at least answers. You're not getting them, Sophie said quietly. You need to protect yourself, not chase someone who left you. I know, I whispered.
But it hurts too much to stop thinking about her. You can't ignore karma, you know, she said, almost teasing.
Things have a way of balancing themselves. Karma? I asked, raising an eyebrow. Yes, she said. You'll see. But only if you don't let your life fall apart first. I stared at the wall, heart heavy. I feel like I'm falling already. Jake's voice broke through again. Stop sitting there, man. Go for a run, do something. Stop giving her power over your misery. I can't, I said. Everywhere I go, every corner I see her. With him, laughing, smiling. I can't escape it. You're letting them haunt you, Jake said. That's your choice. You're stronger than this, remember? I don't feel strong, I admitted. I feel empty, humiliated, angry, betrayed. That's normal, Jake said firmly. But normal doesn't mean permanent. You can rebuild. I closed my eyes. Rebuild how? Everything feels broken. You start small, Jake said. Focus on work, friends, your goals. Don't give her the satisfaction of watching you fall apart. I groaned. It's not just her, Jake, it's me. I feel I'm worthless. Like I wasn't enough. You were enough, Jake said sharply. She wasn't. That's the difference. Don't confuse her choice with your value. I nodded slowly, though doubt lingered. Sophie's voice came through again. You need closure, but not from her. Closure comes from within. I don't know if I can get that, I admitted. I keep replaying everything. Every smile, every promise, every lie. That's your mind processing, Sophie said gently. Let it, don't fight it, but don't let it consume you. I feel consumed, I whispered. I can't sleep, I can't eat, I can't function. Then start small, Sophie said. One step at a time. Reach out to people who care. Don't isolate yourself. That's exactly what she wants, seeing you miserable. She left me for money, I said bitterly. And I let her. You didn't let her, Sophie said softly. She made a choice. You're not responsible for her decisions. I feel responsible, I muttered. For loving her, for trusting her, for believing in us. You can't carry that weight, Sophie said firmly. It will crush you. I ran my hands through my hair, exhausted. I thought love was enough. I thought we were enough. Sometimes it's not, Sophie said quietly. And that's life. It's brutal. But you'll survive. Jake's voice rang in my ear again. Listen, man. Stop dwelling on the wreckage. Build something new. Prove to yourself you're more than this heartbreak. I don't know if I can, I said softly. Yes, you can, Jake said. I'll hold you to it. One step at a time. No excuses. I sank into the couch, staring at the ceiling. Emma's laughter, her eyes, her betrayal. It all haunted me. But Jake and Sophie's voices were anchors, fragile but present. I whispered to myself, maybe I can survive this. The thought felt small, fragile, but it was a start. Outside, the city moved on. People laughed, loved, lived. I felt alone in the ruins of my heart, but maybe, just maybe, I could start rebuilding. Jake met me at our usual cafe, frowning as I slid into the booth. "You look different," he said. "I feel different," I admitted, stirring my coffee. "I can't sit around anymore, Jake. I can't let her and him think they've won." "Won?" he asked, raising an eyebrow. Emma left. "She already thinks she's ahead, and I'm going to prove her wrong," I said, voice firm. "I need to rebuild smarter, stronger, on my terms." Jake nodded slowly. "All right. What's the plan?" "I start with Daniel," I said. "He knows how to navigate business and influence. He can teach me." "Everything," Jake laughed. "You? Learning from an old mentor?" "You sure about this?" "I'm sure about one thing," I said, eyes burning. "I'm not going to let my heartbreak define me." Later that day, I met Daniel in his office. The walls were lined with books and awards, the air heavy with wisdom. "You look determined," he said, shaking my hand. "Good, you need fire, not despair." "I have fire," I said. "I just need guidance." "Then listen," Daniel said. "Strength isn't just money. Influence, strategy, patience, that's how you win." "I'm ready," I said. "Good," he said, smiling slightly. "Step 1, reclaim your presence. Reconnect with people who matter. Step 2, build wealth quietly. Step 3, make her see what she lost without desperation." "I can do that," I said. "I'll do more than she expects. I'll make her regret underestimating me." Daniel's eyes glimmered. "Excellent. But remember, control your anger. Channel it. Don't let it cloud judgment." "I understand," I said. Over the next few weeks, I threw myself into work. Long hours, networking events, strategic investments. I immersed myself in self-improvement. Jake noticed the change first. "You're thriving," he said. "I barely recognize you." "I feel alive again," I admitted. "It's not just about her. It's about proving to myself that I can rise above this." "You're scaring me," Jake said with a grin. "In a good way, I think," Sophie emailed me. "Heard you're making waves." "Good for you," I smirked. "Thanks. You'll see soon enough." Then came the subtle paybacks. Emma's social circle started noticing me, friends I hadn't spoken to in months. Invitations came, compliments, nods of respect. Each small victory felt like reclaiming territory. One night I ran into Ethan at a networking event. His expensive suit didn't hide the tension in his shoulders. "Ah, we meet again," he said, forcing a smile. "Ethan," I replied, calm. "You seem busy." "Always," he said, adjusting his tie. "And you?" "You've changed. I've grown," I said. "Focused on what really matters. Strategy, influence." "Results," Ethan's eyes flicked away. "I see. Impressive. Thank you," I said. "It's taken dedication. Something I imagine you understand," he stiffened. "Yes, dedication," I smiled slightly. "Funny how quickly things shift. People underestimate you and suddenly the balance changes." "You mean Emma?" he asked cautiously. "Partly," I said. "Mostly me. I'm not the same person she left behind." His jaw tightened. "Well, good for you." I walked away, letting the weight of my progress settle in. Emma would notice soon enough. She'd see the difference between the man she abandoned and the one I was becoming. Later, Jake met me again. "You're unstoppable," he said. "People can feel it. Emma's going to notice." "Good," I said. "I want her to notice. Not for revenge exactly, but to see that I can thrive without her, that she didn't break me." "She left you," Jake said. "You're proving more than I expected." "I'm proving everything," I said. "To myself, mostly. But the bonus is that she'll have to face it. That satisfaction is mine," Daniel called that night. "Progress?" "Significant," I said. "I've connected with key people. Investments are yielding results. Influence is growing quietly. She'll see." "Excellent," Daniel said. "Remember, subtlety is your weapon. Don't rush the reveal. Let it unfold naturally." "I understand," I said, determination firm in my chest. "I've spent too long hurt." "Now it's time for action," Sophie texted again. "Careful. Don't lose yourself in this." I typed back, "I won't. I'm becoming better, not bitter." I stared at the city skyline from my apartment that night. Lights flickered in distant towers, people moving through lives I had once imagined sharing with Emma. But now I was building my own empire. Quietly, steadily, with patience and strategy. Every small victory, every new connection, every subtle reclaim of what she once dismissed. It fueled me. The spark of revenge was no longer about hate. It was about power, control, and self-respect. And soon, Emma would see. I heard about the first slip from Jake. Emma's investors are pulling out, he said, leaning against the bar counter. I raised an eyebrow. All of them? Most of them. Ethan's reputation isn't as solid as he claimed, Jake said, shaking his head. I sipped my drink slowly. Good, but don't gloat, Jake. It's complicated. Complicated? He asked, surprised. You sound conflicted. I am, I admitted. I don't want her to fail. Not really, but I can't deny the satisfaction in watching the cracks appear. Jake nodded. That's human. Don't fight it, but don't let it control you either. Daniel's voice came through on speaker. I see the subtle shifts in her world. Smart strategy on your part. You're patient, observing. That's key. I'm learning, I said. I've built momentum quietly. Emma won't see it coming. But I feel strange. Happiness mixed with sorrow. Understandable, Daniel said. Karma isn't about revenge, it's about balance. She faces consequences naturally. You just keep rising. Later that day, I ran into Marcus, a rival in business who had long opposed Ethan. You're thriving, Marcus said. I didn't expect you back in the game so quickly. I've been learning, I said. Guidance, patience. Strategy. Strategy, huh? Marcus smirked. You've got teeth now. Careful. Emma's circle isn't forgiving. I know, I said. And I'm not attacking recklessly. Just watching, he nodded. Good, timing is everything. She'll crumble if you stay focused, Jake called that evening. She's losing social favor. Friends turning away. Embarrassment piling up. I've noticed, I said. It's bittersweet. I don't want her humiliated, but it's hard not to enjoy the consequences of her choices. Just remember, Jake warned, don't cross the line. You're rising because of your actions, not because of her downfall. I know, I said. I'm careful, but it's intoxicating watching karma unfold naturally. The next day, I overheard Emma at a charity event, speaking with strained enthusiasm. I can't believe Ethan didn't secure the sponsorship, she whispered to Lily. You'll manage, Lily said, feigning support. Just stay charming. It'll pass. I don't know if I can, Emma muttered, face flushed. Everything feels wrong? I stayed back, unnoticed, a small part of me aching at the sight. She looks human again, I whispered to myself. Fragile, uncertain. Not invincible, Daniel called later. Did you see her stumble? I did, I said. But it's strange. I want to feel triumph, but there's still sorrow. That's the moral tension I warned you about, he said. You can rise without hating her. Let karma teach her, not your hand. I'll remember, I said. But it's difficult to separate personal satisfaction from the past hurt. Jake met me the next morning. She's at another gala trying to fix things. Ethan's nervous, everyone sees it. Good, I said softly. But I'll stay distant. No direct interference. Let it unfold. You're strong, Jake said. Better than I expected, just careful with your emotions. Don't let them steer you off course. I won't, I promised. I've learned patience, observing, calculating. That night, Sophie texted. Emma looks stressed. Karma is real. I know, I typed back. It's natural. No interference needed. My phone buzzed again. Marcus. Ethan's next deal is shaky. Opportunity if you act smart, I considered it. Not yet, I muttered. Let her unravel. Let it be natural. Jake's voice echoed in my mind. Patience. You win with strategy, not spite. Days passed, and I continued my work quietly, expanding connections, improving investments, learning from Daniel, refining my influence. Emma's failures weren't mine to engineer. I watched from a distance, conflicted but committed to growth. One evening, I caught a glimpse of her at a fundraiser. Her laugh was forced, her confidence shaky. Ethan's hand lingered anxiously on her back. Social whispers surrounded them. Questions, critiques, doubts. I exhaled slowly. That's karma, I whispered. Not mine. She'll learn on her own, Daniel called again. Good observation. Maintain focus on your rise. Her setbacks are proof of natural balance. You're doing well. I know, I said, but it stings. Part of me wants to feel vindicated. Part of me mourns what I lost. That's normal, Daniel said. Keep perspective. Let growth define you, not resentment. Jake texted, you're becoming untouchable. Keep watching. Emma's cracks will widen. I smiled faintly. I will, but I'll remain better than she expects. Stronger, wiser, patient. And as I looked at the city skyline from my apartment, I realized the power wasn't just in her downfall, it was in my rise, in the calm strength I'd built while watching karma unfold naturally. Bittersweet satisfaction, tinged with sorrow, but I knew. My path was steady, deliberate, and mine. I heard the knock before I saw her. My heart didn't race. It hadn't in months. "Emma," I said, opening the door. She stood there, shoulders hunched, eyes wide and glistening. "Please, can we talk?" "Talk?" I raised an eyebrow. "About what? Your choices? Your regrets? I made a mistake," she whispered, voice trembling. "Everything with Ethan? It's falling apart." Falling apart?" I interrupted gently. "I noticed. You look tired, stressed, vulnerable." "I am," she admitted. "I didn't expect any of this. I thought I could handle it." "And you can't," I said calmly. "You thought fortune could replace loyalty. You thought ambition could replace love." Her lips trembled. I didn't mean to hurt you." You did," I said softly, stepping aside. "And yet, here you are." "I'm sorry," she said, tears rolling down her cheeks. "I need you. I need your guidance, please. Help me, Jake. Help me." "Not Jake," I said, tone firm. "You need me, Emma." She flinched at my words. Yes, I need you, please." "I can't do this without you." I studied her carefully. Her vulnerability was palpable, her confidence shattered, her world crumbling. "Do you know what it feels like to be abandoned?" I asked. "I do," she whispered. You left me," I said sharply. "I loved you, trusted you, and you walked away for money, for opportunity, for someone else. I thought it would secure my future," she said, voice breaking. I didn't see that I was destroying everything." "You destroyed us," I said quietly. "And yet here you are, humiliated, desperate, looking for what you took for granted." I know now," she said, clutching her hands. I need you. Please, just tell me what to do." I took a deep breath. "Emma, you're looking for guidance, but I'm no longer the person you left behind." "You are," she said, voice pleading. "You're still you. I know you can fix this. Help me." I shook my head slowly. "No, I've grown. I've built something without you. I've become stronger, wiser. A man you thought you could replace." She blinked, realization dawning. You're what I wanted. You're the fortune I needed, and I pushed you away." "I am," I said calmly. "But I don't need you anymore, Emma. I don't depend on you. I don't chase you. You lost that privilege when you chose ambition over us." Her knees wobbled, and she sank onto the nearest chair. I can't believe this. I thought I was smart. I thought I was clever, but I was blind." "You were," I said softly. "Blind to loyalty, to love, to the fact that the person you discarded would rise without you." She began, voice trembling. "I didn't know how much I'd lose. You lost me," I said. "Everything else is just a reflection of your choices. Ethan left. Your friends are distant. Opportunities are slipping. All because you valued fortune over us. I see that now," she whispered, hands covering her face. Please don't hate me completely." I don't hate you," I said, surprising both of us. "I've let go of that. Hate is wasted energy. I feel clarity. I feel peace. And I feel strength." "Strength?" she repeated, voice small. "Yes," I said, looking directly into her eyes. "Strength you once dismissed. I've built it quietly, deliberately. And you'll have to live with the consequences of what you destroyed." Her shoulders shook with silent sobs. I never thought I'd be the one left behind." "You are," I said gently, "and it's exactly what you need to understand the cost of betrayal. Not from me, but from life itself. I don't deserve your forgiveness," she whispered. "Forgiveness?" I smiled faintly. "I don't need to grant it. I've moved beyond needing it. You'll survive this eventually, but not because I save you, because you'll have to face yourself." She bowed her head, completely exposed, broken by her own choices. I see it now. I was wrong." "All wrong?" "Yes," I said softly. "And that's the lesson. You chased fortune and lost what mattered. I stayed true to myself. And now, I'm stronger than ever. Her silence was heavy. Ethan was gone. Her power crumbled. Her regrets were all she had left. I stepped back, taking a deep breath. Emma, I hope you find your way. But I'm no longer part of your story, she whispered almost inaudibly. I understand. I closed the door gently, heart steady, mind clear. The confrontation was over. The fortune she once sought. I had become, and I no longer needed her. I sat in my office, staring out at the city skyline. The sun was setting, casting gold across the towers, and I realized how far I'd come. It wasn't just wealth, it was control, confidence, and peace. Jake leaned against the doorframe. You really did it, he said, a small grin on his face. I did, I said softly. But it feels different than I expected. Not bitterness, not triumph over her, exactly. It's relief, I guess. Relief that I'm free. Daniel's voice came through my phone. Freedom is the ultimate victory. You've transformed yourself. That's true power. I still remember that apartment, I said quietly. The nights I couldn't sleep, the heartbreak. It felt like everything ended. Pain shapes you, Daniel said. It doesn't define you. You've built from it. I suppose I have, I admitted. Every deal, every connection, every calculated step, it wasn't just revenge. It was me reclaiming myself. Jake plopped into the chair across from me. So, Emma and Ethan? Faded from my life, I said calmly. I hear she's struggling, socially and professionally. Ethan vanished after a few bad investments. Karma worked itself out. Feeling good about that? Jake asked. Not exactly good, I said. More resolved. I didn't destroy them. Life did. I simply rose above it, Sophie called that evening. I hear congratulations are in order, she said, voice light. I suppose so, I said. It's been a long journey. You've grown, she said. Stronger, wiser. I'm glad to see you're not bitter. I'm not, I said. Bitter is weak. I'm focused on the future. You'll inspire others, Sophie said. Not by tearing anyone down, but by showing what's possible. I hope so, I said. I closed my eyes for a moment. Do you know what's strange? I said after a pause. I spent so long wanting revenge, thinking it would heal me. But it wasn't revenge that healed me. It was myself. My transformation. My choices, Daniel's voice came back. Exactly. That's the lesson most people miss. Power, influence, success, they're meaningless without self-mastery. You achieved all three, quietly, deliberately. I suppose, I said. I built wealth, yes. Respect, yes. Influence, yes. But the real victory is the person I've become, Jake chuckled. Look at you. Philosophical billionaire. I smiled faintly. Billionaire or not, it's not the money. It's the clarity. I no longer chase validation from anyone. I don't rely on love I thought I needed. I found it in myself. Impressive, Jake said. You've changed in ways she'll never understand. Good, I said softly. She doesn't need to understand. I need to live my life fully. I thought back to the nights of despair, the crushing heartbreak. I remember thinking I'd never survive. That betrayal would destroy me. You survived, Daniel said, and now you thrive. That's more than most can do. I've learned a lot about ambition, I said. It's not evil. It's how you wield it. Emma used hers carelessly, thinking it could replace love. I used mine wisely to rebuild myself. You've mastered the balance, Daniel said. You've learned that the real power is in self-discipline. And patience, I added. Watching karma unfold without interference. That taught me restraint, Jake nodded. It's hard to do that. Most people lose themselves in revenge. I almost did, I admitted. But I realized early that revenge is empty without growth. The real satisfaction comes from proving to myself that I'm unshakable. Sophie texted, You've come far. Proud of you. I smiled and typed back, Thanks. I've learned a lot, Marcus called that afternoon. I've been watching your rise, he said. You've taken the high road while others stumble. Respect. Thanks, I said. It was never about them. It was about me. Smart approach, Marcus said. Most people would have gone for direct revenge. You evolved. I had to, I said. I couldn't let the past define me. I had to create my own path. That night I stood on my balcony, city lights twinkling below. Silence surrounded me, but it wasn't empty. It was filled with reflection, with clarity. Jake, I said, voice low. Do you know what I'm feeling? Freedom? He asked. Peace, I said. Not happiness in the usual sense. Not triumph over them, but a quiet satisfaction that I've reclaimed my life, that I'm the man I should have been all along. You've earned it, Jake said. I thought of Emma, the heartbreak, the nights of despair. I hope she finds her way, I said quietly. Not because I forgive her, but because she needs to survive herself. I can't carry that for her. And you won't, Jake said. You've done your part. Now it's all yours, Daniel called one last time. Remember, growth is continuous. Keep evolving. Keep refining. Success without stagnation is true mastery. I will, I said. I've learned that lessons are endless. Love, betrayal, ambition, all teach, but the key is using them to become stronger, wiser, better. Jake raised a brow. Philosopher Billionaire Part 2? I laughed softly. Maybe, but I don't need a title or validation. I need progress, integrity, and clarity. That's my fortune now, Sophie texted again. To new beginnings, I whispered, raising an imaginary glass. I looked at the skyline again, the city alive with possibilities. Every setback, every betrayal, every moment of despair had led me here, to self-mastery, resilience, and independence. I didn't need Emma. I didn't need Ethan. I didn't need anyone to validate me. I had rebuilt myself, stronger than ever. And for the first time in a long time, I felt complete. The pain, the heartbreak, the betrayal, they were all part of the journey. But they no longer held power over me. I was free. Jake called me early that morning. Coffee? He asked, voice casual but warm. Of course, I said, grabbing my coat. Feels like the right day for it. We met at the little cafe we always went to, the one that smelled of roasted beans and cinnamon. The comfort of it made me smile. Funny, I said, settling into the booth. I never thought I'd be here feeling normal again. Jake raised an eyebrow. Normal? You've been anything but normal these past months. I mean, balanced, I said. I've rebuilt my life. My mind isn't consumed by rage or heartbreak. I've grown. That's true, he said, leaning back. You're you. Stronger, wiser. I don't think Emma or Ethan would even recognize this version of you. Good, I said quietly, watching the steam rise from my coffee. I don't need them to. You ever think about her? Jake asked. I mean, Emma? I paused, letting the question linger. Sometimes, I admitted. Not because I miss her, but because I remember what I lost. And that loss, it shaped me. Without it, I wouldn't be who I am now. Jake nodded. Sounds like you found your fortune. Your real one. I have, I said, a small smile tugging at my lips. And it wasn't in money or status. It was in resilience, patience, and self-respect. That's wealth no one can take away, Sophie texted me. You've come so far. Proud of you, I typed back. Thanks, it feels right. You're glowing, Jake said, grinning. It's visible. People can feel it. I've realized something, I said, leaning forward. I became the fortune Emma needed. But I did it on my own terms. Not for her, not for anyone. I became it for me, Jake smiled knowingly. That's the difference. You didn't let her choices define your path. You defined it yourself. Exactly, I said. And I learned something else. True growth isn't about revenge. It's about rising. Rising quietly, deliberately, until you're untouchable. Not to prove a point, but to prove to yourself that you matter. You've definitely proved it, Jake said, clinking his coffee cup against mine. I laughed softly. Funny, isn't it? The one I chased for love, the one I wanted to impress, became irrelevant in my story. I'm no longer chasing validation from anyone. Feels liberating, doesn't it? Jake asked. It does, I admitted. Every night I spent wondering if she'd come back, if Ethan would ruin me. That fear is gone. I'm free. Free and rich in ways money can't buy, Jake said. Yes, I agreed. Money is fleeting. Respect, influence, inner strength, they last. And I've built all three quietly, without needing her recognition. I thought about the mornings I cried alone, the nights I couldn't eat, the heartbreak that consumed me. I hated feeling powerless, I said softly. But it taught me patience. It taught me strategy. It taught me who I am and who I want to be. Your growth is inspiring, Jake said. You've turned everything upside down. You're untouchable. I hope I can help others, I said. People who feel abandoned, betrayed. They need to see that they can rise too. That power isn't taken, it's built, Jake grinned. Preaching already, but fair. People will listen. I glanced around the cafe at the patrons chatting, laughing, living. Life goes on, I said. Emma and Ethan? They're shadows now. Their absence reminds me that my path is mine. I don't resent them. I don't need closure from them. My closure comes from myself. You sound peaceful, Jake said. I am, I said. Peaceful, strong, complete. I'm not defined by heartbreak anymore. I'm defined by resilience, by the person I've sculpted through challenge and reflection, Sophie called later. You're glowing, she said warmly. I see it. You found your center. I have, I said. And that's the fortune I'll always carry. Not money, not titles. My own growth. I thought back to Daniel's guidance. Patience, strategy, self-mastery. All lessons I carried forward. Every investment, every decision, every choice to rise above, it was deliberate. I don't need anyone to recognize me, I whispered to myself. Because I recognize me. Jake smiled, raising his cup. Here's to the new you. The unshakable self-made fortune. To the new me, I said, clinking my cup against his. The cafe buzzed around us, but inside I felt a quiet calm, a life rebuilt, a heart healed, a path clarified. I remembered Emma's pleading, her desperation, her regrets. But there was no anger now, only understanding. I'd become the man she wanted. But I didn't need her approval, didn't need her love, didn't need her presence. My life was mine, complete. Funny, I said, staring out the window at the bustling city. I wanted her love once. I wanted her validation. I thought it was everything. Now I know. The only validation that matters is my own. Jake smiled. Sounds like fortune redefined. Yes, I said softly, letting the words sink in. Fortune isn't in what others give you. It's in what you build, what you overcome, what you become. The morning sunlight streamed through the window, golden and warm. I felt the warmth inside me too. Confidence, peace, resilience, all built, all earned. I didn't need Emma. I didn't need Ethan. I didn't need anyone. I had my fortune. I had myself. And that was enough.